not ready for this episode. I'm not ready. I am definitely not ready. And I think if anyone else is ready, then, you know, you're bullshit. Because I am just not ready to cope with the emotions that's going to go down with Sarah, with Felix, with Kira. It's just not right. It's just not right. I mean, the death of Mrs. S has just not been... She was a beloved character, and then, you know, she has to go. It's just, like, horrendous to even fathom, but here we are. Hello, everyone. Liam Catterson here. And if there's a plus side before we, you know, go on to episode 9, it's that I've got my red room. Woo! Of course, you know that for the past couple of episodes, I've had to switch rooms because... my room was getting redecorated. It's gone through to regeneration. I'm also trying a new camera angle, so it's more frontal, I guess. I'm hoping this, you know, camera angle does work. So if there's any, you know, niggling issues or whatnot, then I apologise. I still need to perfect it in my eyes, but we'll see how it goes on playback. But yes, with that said, episode 9, it was a really, I was going to say episode 8, but, yeah, episode 8 was a really, really jolly episode, wasn't it? I'm hearing an ice cream van as well. It's like the world is taunting me right now. It's really, really ridiculous. Episode 8 was rather jolly. I mean, it was for the most part, of course. And then Ferdinand had to exist, didn't he? So, well, he exists no more, the little shit. I hope he rots in hell. Fucking dick. Anywho, Ferdinand, of course... shot Mrs. S, but not before Mrs. S shot him as well. It gave him a more brutal end than, you know, Mrs. S's death played out. So at least he got what he deserved. But it's still traumatizing to think that we're going to go into these final 2 episodes without Mrs. S. You know, that's going to be a heavy, you know, hit on Sarah's mind, as well as the fact that Helena's been kidnapped by that bitch who Art was forced to work alongside. Neolution is still going to be, you know, there in some small degrees. They're going to hit back hard after they've took a real low blow recently, but I'm just not ready. So with that said, let's just delve into episode 9, because we've got to get this out the way. We've got to go through the emotional torment. I'm not looking forward to this, but let's go. Orphan Black Time, it's the penultimate episode ever as well, so that's even worse to even contemplate, so let's go. Is that little uh-oh. Is that little Helena? Oh, I mean, I don't know, because she doesn't look like Charlotte, but the hair, the eating... No. Yeah, Helena, no. It is.
Yeah.
It is a... Oh! Oh, Lord. So that's... Okay, of course they bleached it, didn't they, so... And that's kind of how it started, didn't it? The aggression.
I was taken.
It's
alright, I got it.
Hell is a lenient place for Ferdinand, actually. Fuck him.
I promise we will laugh at this difficult parting when we meet again.
This is horrible.
All my love, S.
This is horrible.
Relax, Helena.
Yeah, I want to keep her a hush because she will just say about Gracie. So what, they're going to try and hurry up the pregnancy thing? Jesus. I'm going to take a... Oh no.
My dear child.
Not this bastard.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Save your bloody breath, you heartless bitch,
Ooh!
and turn round.
Yes! Yes! Oh.
I took Helena
Damn.
to the island, presumably.
Come on, Rachel.
I wouldn't be so certain.
Oh, so it's a good job she has some contribution, otherwise if they went to the island, then they wouldn't be...
You 100%.
No, it's not too late to change your mind. This guy is a...
Good.
Well, he's ditched the wig. Huh. I was gonna say this guy is a son of a bitch. Oh, no.
Have some twins, shall we?
You can't, but the world, you know, that doesn't deserve your bloody cruelty.
You want to tell me how you're connected?
Oh, but
What
she!
Enough to
No!
get me listening.
You have no
No!
idea how wrapped up in this she is.
No, I don't. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Now sit your ass down.
Lieutenant,
He's not with Neolution, though. He...
I don't know what you know. You could be Neolution yourself.
We could all
But I have
be
to get with the
Neolution.
gist of
He made you kill Gracie. You are his puppy dog.
Go on, Helena! Go on!
Contractions will start soon. The more you resist, the harder it will be on these babies. Don't make
Well, it's
this
your
more
fault.
difficult than it already is.
No, just let PT die.
Time to move on. Put him down.
He's
Hey! No! Mark!
This has always been you and I with the strength to act.
The future is female!
Haven't you heard?
Yes, yes.
Hello!
Cover trap. Oh!
Well, it was absolute murder. But
Felix
I completely
just waltzed
reconfigured the
in,
seating
love it.
arrangements, and I got
Love
a
it.
brand new colour palette, and suddenly I feel like I'm in the wrong boardroom, and maybe I'm early.
Get your hands in the air!
Oh, good on!
Don't test me. Don't test me!
Yes! Yeah, you said don't test him! Listen! Listen, you stupid bastard! Don't even play this game! He's just sick of this shit, though.
How many courses of...
That's the thing, though. I know it wasn't right, but it was either art or him.
I'm so happy.
Mark. Don't tell me she's evil. You'd rather put this jackass over your own child. I mean, you could have rebelled. No tears. I'm sick of the adversaries because they make me angry.
Contraction.
First one.
Get yourself a
Her first encounter with one as well.
Like me.
Yeah.
I am copy.
Oh, is this where he's gonna feed the manipulation shit?
You're the original.
Yeah, here we go.
You are so
You're the
special.
original. Holy crap. This is the first time she's marked herself. Oh my god. She would adapt to it. Oh man. This is messed up. I mean, we all know that Helena's life has been messed up, but now we're seeing it.
You stink like an animal.
Shut up!
What kind of mother could you possibly be?
Wow! The audacity!
She's dilated to 8 centimeters.
Helena, remember what you said. What did she do to Parsons?
Either we hand you over to John, or we hand you over to the authorities.
Third option, I pull the trigger for the second time
Oh,
today.
shit!
Please. All
He
I know
wasn't
is
afraid.
the person with the biggest target on her back is her.
Rachel.
Oh shit. Oh shit, is this to get out? Oh. 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 Oh no. Helena. Helena. Oh shit. Oh no, 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 no. Helena. Helena.
If Sarah can keep him ranting long enough, then we'll have a chance.
What was monologue? Monologue. Monologue. You had me monologuing. I wonder what... I think Rachel is the most common disguise that Sarah's used.
Daughter.
I thought it was going to lift the eye up for some reason. Oh yeah! Oh my god! Here we go! Stop it! Yes! 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 And stop that bitch when you get the chance! No. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, about Helena.
I'm invigorated.
I have an emergency.
Should have gone for the
She
head.
needs a compatible transfusion. I need her blood, now. Sarah.
Can't cut her open. She's lost too much blood.
If she's not conscious to deliver, I have no choice.
Oh, come on! Oh,
Helena,
come on, Helena.
come on. Wake up.
I mean, I don't
Me,
think she's
Ted,
going to
come
die,
on.
but, like, I
Wake
don't
up.
want her to die. Come on.
I'm here.
And you get clear, all right?
Art, I want help.
Scott,
Go on, Art.
you did good.
This is the thing, he's... Oh, shit. Art is on it like a car bonnet at this point. Oh, go on. I mean, this might be crossing into some dangerous areas for his career, but fuck it, go on.
Contractions restarting.
Oh, yes! 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 Fuck that bitch up! Is she dead? Yes! Oh!
You are shit, mother.
She remembered! She remembered!
What do we do?
Oh my god! Tread carefully.
Baby's coming.
Yeah, babies are coming. Babies are coming. But Neolution is still a bit. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Well, a lot went on in that episode. So much. Holy shit, that was really, really frantic. I just love the story of Helena being manipulated throughout her life. She, like, at the convent, of course, she, you know, went through extreme torture for... I'm sure that, you know, one of the, I guess nuns, I guess you want to call them, was fingering herself, and then she got caught, and then, you know, it was just extreme measures of, you know, punishment. I mean, it's not the fact that she was eating the chocolate, if anything. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I mean, it's extreme anyways. I mean, they poured bleach into the bucket, they were drowning her in. It was just really, really messed up. And then they offload her to Thomas, who we all know is a, well, not so pleasant kind of character, is he? So, yeah. So yeah, it was just really, really, you know, difficult going through Helena's journey through this episode and realizing how, you know, how much you feel, you know, for Helena because of the fact that she's been manipulated all of her life. And then it's like she tries to kill herself, so I guess the babies don't end up having the same fate, being manipulated. I mean, that was the plan anyways. They were part of PT's next, I guess, step, with Kira no longer at the helm. Go for the younger ones who have just given birth. And it's twice the prize at the end of the day because they're both twins anyway, so yeah. What I didn't get, though, as well, was that I'm not sure if it was because, so in the flashbacks we saw Helena as a kid. I don't know why they didn't get the actress who played Charlotte to play younger Helena anyways. I mean, my only reasoning is that Helena then was a different age to Charlotte's age. Because of course we saw that flashback, so I'm guessing Rachel's age when we saw her child self in that flashback, was the same age as Charlotte's, age now. Because I was just thinking, she looks really, really, like, drastically different, and, you know, all clones should be modelled after, you know, Charlotte in their youth. So, it was just really, really bizarre. What's even more bizarre is she wasn't, I was, you know, under the impression she was born with blonde hair, of course. But they were literally alike, of course. It's not just the same face, Sarah and, Helena. It's like literally the same hair, of course, until they bleached it, so. Yeah, but it was just really, really fascinating going into Helena's story today. Not just her current day story, of course, while she was trying to make an escape for it. Well, she did at the end, of course, with Sarah being there. She saw that viable opportunity. But it was just so fascinating going into her backstory and feeling so much for her because she was she's been always under this manipulation spell. And, you know, you gotta think if she had the right people raising her, then she might not have been, you know, this psychotic, I guess. I mean, we love Helena for her, you know, for her brutality, of course, but it comes with a sad story, and you just feel so bad for her, as you did in this episode, as you did with the torture she went through, being offloaded to Thomas, and then Thomas feeding her, of course, that you are the original bullshit, so. And then I just love the fact that she had her first experience with the leaders. I thought we were going to get a montage, if anything, of, you know, Helena killing leaders. But she was having, you know, that crisis moment, of course, where, you know, she killed her first, and then, of course, that's when the you are the original shit comes in, of course. But, you know, I loved that reaction there when she encountered her first leader, and the shock was just amazing. So, brilliant stuff. It was very, very awesome to see Art in this episode as well. Like, he was absolutely not pulling anything. Like, no punches given. And I know he was beating himself up and, you know, feeling that he's might have compromised things for himself and, you know, with his superior, I guess. Like, he is already a bit skeptical anyways, as we saw that, of course, since anger, you know, kind of, you know, was stirring the pot, of course, and he gave that, you might be Neolution, we all might be Neolution thing. But, I mean, it was him it was him or, I'm trying to remember the name, but, like, it's just an obscure name, that's why, so, yeah, but, yeah, you know who I was all about. It's either him or him. And, you know, Art only did the best thing, and plus they're Neolution, so they deserve it. Especially that anger. I was hoping that Sarah would fuck her up, but, yeah. You know, it's so interesting though. I mean, I guess this is Sarah not using her head, I guess, but Sarah, you know, was, you know, cautious about looking after Kira, especially with the fact that she lost Mrs. S. And, you know, Sarah could have easily just died then if Cody hadn't showed up and said, we need her blood. Because PT was ready to kill her once, you know, the cape was unveiled, of course. And, Rachel disguise, you know, I think it was the father, Bombshell, because he was like, I've never been called father before. He went to touch her face and then the eye patch, of course. So, yeah. But yeah, it was a bit, you know, nervous for Sarah to, you know, it was a bit of a reckless move for Sarah to, you know, say, okay, well, I need to look after Kira, but I'll also pretend to be Rachel, I guess. And, you know, risk myself, and risk herself she nearly did, of course. Like I said, if Cody didn't show up and say, we need her blood, then Sarah could have been dead as well, so, and we couldn't handle that. Like I said, I didn't, you know, envision Helena dying after she stabbed herself. I knew what she was doing, of course, because we went through the story of her manipulation. We all know what, you know, they're planning on doing with the kids. So Helena's not wanting that manipulation for her kids, and, like I said, I don't blame her at all, because she loves children so much. And, you know, she might not be able to do anything about the fact that her kids would be manipulated. That's the thing. PT gets off to manipulating children. Giannis, Kira, and he had plans for the twins. So, you know, she doesn't want that same trauma. Like, she doesn't want the same trauma she went through on her it would be twice as painful, of course, being twins. So, yeah. But holy shit, I was ready for the bad guys, or for Neolution, should I say, to take one up the arse and die. Because, I think with Mrs. S, that funeral was heartbreaking, especially Felix choking up at the funeral, of course. I was just ready for death. I was just ready for them to get a taste of their own medicine, and hooey! I was so ready for, to be fair for Sarah, she should have aimed for the head, or something like that. Like, she lashed out, but it's the same move in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, there was an incident there where, you know, Simmons did something, to one of the bad guys, and it's the same thing. She should have went in more deeper than, you know, than her attack was depicted, of course. She should have went in more deeper, same with Sarah, and then you would have gotten rid of both enemies, because, you know, a neck slit is absolutely, you know, is treading on thin ice, of course. And, you know, she only scraped him, of course, compared to what she could have done. So I was like, oh, come on. And then so what I want to happen, since it's the finale next episode, which I'm really, really sad about, what I want to happen, PT dies. That bloody, why am I forgetting names all of a sudden? That Enger, should I say? There we go. I want her to die as well, because she is absolutely pissing me off. We got our wish with Cody dying, which was absolutely epic. Loved seeing that, of course. And it was really, really great, of course, that Helena remembered the fact that she was a shit mother, of course, because she said that with Parsons. And then she has the audacity to, you know, badmouth Helena and saying she would be a shit mother when, you know, her record is not Mother of the Year worthy at all. Like, especially with the fact that she had to put down, you know, Mark, the last caster, which was kind of tragic, of course. I mean, yes, I know Mark, you know, had to sell out Helena, but we all know Mark is a sucker for Gracie's safety, I guess, as well. And, you know, that longevity of life, I guess. So, in a sense, I can't really blame him, but, I mean, it's still a bit of a shitty thing to do. But not even more shitty than, you know, Cody not telling what really happened to Gracie. Like, Mark's died without knowing the fact that Gracie died as well. And when she said that line, you'll be near Gracie when you wake up, I was like, holy shit, that is cold. But, like I said, I mean, but then again, it might have been best if Mark didn't know, because he would have been in more worry, and he was at a calmness state at this point, so he would have been at more worry, and that, they didn't need that complication, intertwined with Helena's baby, so, maybe it was for the best that, you know, in Cody's perspective, that she didn't say, oh, Gracie's actually dead, so, yeah. But still, I'm glad that Cody got what she deserved, because she was pissing me off. Everyone was pissing me off. I think after the death of Mrs. S, which is funny because it wasn't exactly, you know, really Neolution's fault. It was Ferdinand's fault. But still, I'm just ready for, especially with what they were planning on doing with the babies, I was ready for, like, you know, death to the enemy. So death to the enemy. I'm really, really excited to see how things go. Helena's babies, they're coming, so I can't wait for that. And I hope, you know, everything just goes smoothly, of course, because they've suffered a lot, actually. Like, one's nearly died, but thank goodness for that super healing, thing that the next generation carried. Helena tried to kill herself, of course, to, I guess, protect her babies. From Neolution's hands. And, you know, they haven't even stepped into the world, but, hopefully Neolution will be they should be brought down, by the time this next episode ends, and we can have a happily ever after, please, because we need that. But it was just incredible. Like I said, art was absolutely on it. I know I just touched up upon him, but I just want to compliment how ready he was. He was not pulling any shit, especially after Edgar was being a complete cunt to him. I was just ready. Like I said, when I think it's Pontenbeck, isn't it, Mr. Pontenbeck, or something like that, some obscure name. Like I said, but, like, it was him or him, and Art, was defensive, so, yeah. Not just the fact, that though, but he was ready. He was like, I'm sorting this shit out, so I was on Team Art today. Really, really amazing stuff. Felix as well, waltzing into the boardroom. So we need to redecorate the, I thought this was, it was just really, really good. And then, Art just shows up, like, not having any, shits. So it was just really, really amazing stuff from Art this episode. But I just really, really enjoyed going through this episode, of course. It was just really, really tense. I wanted a lot of shit happened. Cody's dead, so that's great. Mark, of course, dying, which was a bit, because he was being misguided as well. So it was just really, really poopy stuff as well. And the last of his, I guess, kind is died out. Of course, the casters are now officially dead with Mark's death. I mean, he was the last one standing, and now, yeah. But yeah, it was just great delving into Helena's past. It was just, the action was just intense. Shit escalated to 90, definitely, and I'm just ready for the final, well, I'm not ready for the final episode. I don't want this show to end! I'm gonna rewatch it, don't get me wrong, but, it's not the same, compared to going through this series, no idea what could go down. But it's still enjoyable, like, the quality is just superb, and I'm gonna miss the hell out of this show, because this show has, delivered. Like, I was so curious, going back to my first ever episode, I was so curious to know what I was getting myself into, and little did I know this would become my third favourite show of all time, behind Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Doctor Who, of course. I mean, nothing's ever going to topple Doctor Who. But yeah, little did I know this would become one of my favourite shows. And it truly has. I mean, the acting has been superb. The writing has been incredible. I just love the show to death. And I can't wait to see what goes on in the final episode. And hopefully we'll have a happily ever after. Hopefully PT will suffer. And, suffer more than he did, of course, with that whoosh. But, hopefully, everything goes swimmingly to the end. We end on a great note. Don't leave us like, well, now I'm emotional. Now that the show's ended, one of my favourite shows ended, and we've left on a bit of a sour note. So that's a great way to end. But honestly, I can't wait to see how the final episode does present itself, because I'm really, really excited with the fact that babies are coming, how we're going to deal with Anger, with PT, of course, Rachel as well. I mean, I don't blame Sarah as well for, belittling Rachel, like saying she could have had a role to play in stopping Ferdinand, which I don't blame her, because Rachel knows that, especially with the fact that, Rachel made that little switcheroo and screwed over Ferdinand. She surely knew he would, not, hold back, and, I don't really blame Sarah for reacting like that, but, I don't know what Rachel could have done in my eyes, but, like I said, I don't really blame, Sarah for reacting like that. But it was a fantastic penultimate ever episode, like the penultimate episode ever of Orphan Black. It was just really, really good. A lot of, joyful moments happened. So at least this ended on a better note than the last episode. Didn't start out better, of course, because that funeral, especially, like I said, Felix choking, was absolutely crushing to see. But there was some great moments you just wanted to cheer for. And I'm hoping that, doubles in the next episode, so I can't wait to see what happens in the final episode of Orphan Black. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out my videos on the right If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!